I'm just getting it set up to record.
Okay. Nice background you have there.
My living room.
Still nice.
I'm just getting it set up. Okay. Oh,
Oops.
view. Okay.
I'm gonna get this right. I'm trying to set this on a table.
You're upside down.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
Okay. Can you see me?
I can see and hear.
If it can
Now,
stay.
now what I did was, I don't know if you can see this, but what I did was I took out the gene keys and it's just the line number for each key.
Oh, okay.
And there's a wealth of knowledge in just the lines.
So the lines, like the lines in human design, like it's
1 through 6.
okay.
And then if you take 2 hexagrams, then you get 64 possibilities,
Okay.
just as in human design.
Yeah, because I'm still learning my gene keys. I still haven't been able to read it, but I recently did get a tablet. So I'm looking forward to doing it on that.
Okay. Well, you are what we call in human design, I mean in gene keys, a change maker. You have a 3-5 profile. Does that sound familiar?
No, because I have a 3-6 profile in human design.
Let's see if I got the time right. Birthplace Detroit, date 16th of June 1968 at 5:50 a.m.
Right. I'm a 3-6 reflector in human design.
Hmm. Okay, it came out different here.
You know what? I noticed that when I did my gene keys and I was talking to another reflector and I was like, something's up. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Let me look at my birth certificate because I'm almost sure it's 550. Hold on.
I'm going to pull up a human design website and input your data there while you do
I might have entered in my birthday wrong. I saw it. Be right back, Tom.
that. All right. Now I just looked you up in in a human design program. You're a 3-5 reflector.
Why is it saying 3-5? I'm a 3-6.
Well, according to 2 different programs I put this data in, you're a 3-5.
Double checking my birth certificate. Let's see. That's his.
June 16th, 1968, and I got 5:50 a.m. in Detroit.
Right. It's always come out 3-6. I don't know why it's coming out 3-5. That's weird.
Well, we'll go with this for now because I did two programs. You might have put something in different when you originally.
No, everybody has always put it in. It's always coming 336. And it's gotten weird all of a sudden. I don't know whether something changed in the programming or what.
Yeah, there's a pretty big difference between the fifth line and the sixth line.
There is, and trust me, I am 6 line all day long.
Yeah, I'm a 5-1, so
Yeah,
well.
and then when it went to gene keys, it had me like it had me as a generator or something. And we're like, oh, we know that's not right, right?
Oh, it Gene Keys doesn't give you any aura type.
Hmm. Okay.
All right. Well, do you want to go with what I got, or what do you want to do?
Do what you got,
All right. Get back to where I can see
and
you.
we'll figure out the rest of it later.
Well, the 3 is the change maker, and like in human design, it's all about trial and error
Hmm.
and finding out what does not work, so that you learn to not do those things.
Correct.
It's a transformative profile. Um, the gift in your life's work is resourcefulness. I don't go into the shadows or the cities, the acidic state, which is the highest vibration. Um, that way, it starts to get to be too much knowledge. The aspects of a 3 are they're dynamic, they're joyous, and a jack of all trades.
I bet it's all of that.
Um, they're into experimentation and discovery, and learning what does not work, and gaining wisdom from the experiences. The shadow side of it is that it can be uncommitted, pessimistic, and unreliable. The wound there is shame, and their best case scenario is to have no pressure. I don't want pressure to decide where to go eat. I don't want pressure to decide what to do. It will come to me when I'm ready. No outside pressure, I should say, and you shouldn't put pressure on yourself. And the wound of shame is healed with humor. Finding well, I used to have one card in an oracle deck was the humor of everything. Um, as we transcend over and in the evolution, it is energy and experience is what the third line represents. Usually the evolution is sort of like your biggest challenge in life. Once you sort of conquer that, you have a breakthrough and you get into your radiance. Here it's showing your radiance as a 5. And a 5 is about impact. The You would call this in human design the subconscious side. They don't do that in gene keys. The fifth line is the savior or heretic. I've now named myself a solutionist.
Your fifth line?
I'm a fifth line.
Uh-huh.
It is the fixer. Oh,
No, I'm doing something. I'm sending you.
okay. Thought I lost you.
No, I'm still here. I'm sending you a picture of my chart because that is like boggling my mind. Just hold on 1 second, Tom. I'm still here.
All right.
I'm trying to get out of my brain. And I was like, let me just send you my chart. I just sent it to your phone.
Okay.
Let me, if I was thinking I would have.
To Facebook or
I sent it to your phone. I'm gonna send it to Messenger now.
oh, okay. Okay,
I
just
sent it both ways. I sent it to your cell phone and to Messenger. There you have it. I know I'm right on the cusp of being a 3-5 because I played with the times in human design, and the
well,
win-
see,
the window I was born in was super quick. It was a fast window.
it's showing two different times on this. It's showing the local time was 5:50, but this
Mhm.
particular site uses UTC,
Right.
so it's showing it at 10:50. And I'm not advanced enough to explain that. I
I am not either.
you're gonna
Um, I know going through Jovian Archive is 3-6. I know going through, I think that came through Human Matrix. It's on there.
yeah.
So every chart I've had run has always been 3-6. That's like I'm like bewildered at that 3-5.
Hmm. Well, let me go through this. Maybe it has some resonance. And the rest of it, um, that's just the outer four. The interior part of it's um, different numbers. The fifth line is sensitive. It's about energy and projection. It tends to attract both positive and negative projections. The plus side is to have strong, firm boundaries and to know what's yours and what's not yours. I'm sure as a reflector, you probably get a lot of experience of that.
Yes. Once you have awareness, you get experience.
The wound of the fifth line is guilt, and guilt is healed through forgiveness. Not only forgiveness of others, but self forgiveness. It has the shadow of tyranny and deafness, not hearing, um, and it does best with the simple and practical. Now, the purpose sphere, which is the bottom sphere, has
Hmm.
two different meanings. It's the end of the first path and the beginning of the second path, the Venus sequence. So in the fifth line is a voice. It deals with speaking. Your gift there is diplomacy. And as you begin the Venus sequence is about how you are in relationships, how you love, and your childhood development, what made you who you are. The purpose doesn't mean what you do, it means what you are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And in your purpose in the Venus, the fifth line is about leadership on the positive side or victim on the negative side. The next sphere up is what's called the attraction sphere. It's what about you that draws people to you. And for there, you have a second line. The second line is a mirror, and it is about lust and passion. Whether it doesn't necessarily mean sexual. You can be passionate about your work, passionate about community. And it is a mirror. You are a mirror for people. And you do best to surround yourself with people who have a higher frequency and don't have hidden agendas.
Correct.
That's when you need boundaries. And if that's the case, remove yourself.
Right.
And your gift there is teamwork. You bring together the teams. That's why they're attracted to you. Now, the IQ is the way the Venus sequence works. It starts at your last developmental stage, which is from 15 to 21, which is your intellect, your IQ. There you have a second line as well. And the second line refers to the brilliant mind and can also be provocative. The gift that you have there, and I really got to get better glasses, is discrimination. And you have the same gift in your EQ, which is your emotional intelligence. In your EQ, which develops from ages 8 to 15, you have a fifth line. And the fifth line there talks about respect and disrespect and how you handle things emotionally. And again, it's the same gift, discrimination. So for whatever, I didn't look up the key and I really want to, is significant for you because you have it twice. And I noticed that you have one other key twice. The first level, the first area of development is called the SQ, which is sort of your spiritual intelligence.
Okay.
And that develops from age 1 to 7. And there you have a third line, which is about pleasure, adventure, and understanding. And the gift that you have there is freedom. I happen to know this key very specifically. It's the 55th gene key, which is what
Try 55.
try 55. And it's all about learning. The shadow is victimization. So something in that early age developed a mindset of victimization. And knowing that it's like any time that you're putting responsibility outside of yourself for how you feel, for whatever life is bringing you, for he said that and it made me feel this. No. He said that. My choice was to feel this. I could choose to feel something completely different and be self-responsible and not be a victim. Does that is that understandable?
That's understandable. I think it's just good common sense.
Well, it's the key to what humanity is transforming right now. This is the key of humanity moving out of victim mentality to self-responsibility. Which is why we're moving from the cross of planning to the cross of the rising phoenix. So
right.
all of these systems that we've relied on are crumbling. And
Definitely that.
the new part of our evolution will be if we can get to that place of not blaming and complaining and putting responsibility outside of ourselves, which is a big one.
Yeah.
And then the last key is called the core wound. It's sort of what, it's not sort of, it is what you brought into this lifetime from your lineage, from your ancestry. And there you have a second one. The second line is about denial. And denial is heal with ease, not trying to force it or make it other than what it was. And the gift there is detachment. The last piece of this last triangle here is called the pearl sequence.
Do that again. So I got my glasses on. Point to it again.
It's these triangle and then the center one.
Got it. Thank you.
That's called the pearl sequence, and that's about prosperity and what gift you bring to the world. And according to this reading, it's the only place you have a sixth line is your pearl. Now the last part of the Venus sequence is the beginning of the pearl sequence. So a second line there is about marketing and being of value. It's still the same gift, detachment. The culture, you have a fourth line, and it's the only place that you have a fourth line, is about networking. And the gift there is commitment. And you have this, whatever gene key that is in your culture, it's the same gene key in your pearl, but your pearl has a sixth line. The shadow of commitment is half-heartedness. So when you're really, yeah, kind of do it. I'll put a little effort into it. No, you got to be fully committed. And that, the sixth line, I don't know if you know, has 3 stages. The first part of life, you're a 3. You've made all the mistakes. The second part is learning from the mistakes. And then the last part, which makes it on the roof when you're 50-ish.
Come off the roof for the third part.
You are. Okay, then you start to come into being a master and a
right. I'm off the roof.
Okay.
Right now.
That has to do with commitment. I don't know what that specific key is. Once you pull the whole chart, you can go through each individual ones and go deeper. But this way, it's a good way to introduce people to sort of the whole path in the system and not overwhelm them.
Yeah, Gene Keys has been overwhelming for me to learn. But one of my friends who's a reflector recommended that I reach out to Richard Rudd, because for some reason my chart is running differently.
It showed in that thing. It's calculating by 2 different systems. And I don't know squat about astrology to be able to give you any kind of guidance there.
Right. It's weird, but we know that I was born in a fast window.
Right.
And so that's the thing that we were talking about, that window and how fast it was born. And I played with that window, and you can see like if it was just like a few minutes before, I'd be a 3-5. And then like a little bit after 5:50, what is it, 5:55? After 5:55, I would have been a generator, a 3-5 generator. So it's a freaky little window.
Hmm. I can't answer. I,
I can't either. I
I
can't
would,
either.
there's a friend of mine who's in, her name is Caroline. I'll see if I can send you a link. She's really good with astrology and human design. She has some Gene Keys knowledge as well, but her forte is more of astrology.
Yeah.
And she may be able to help you sort that piece out.
Yeah, because everybody else that's running, it's been a 3-6. I didn't start running into an issue until we started playing with gene keys.
Right. Well, I put it in my I use what's called Bantu. It's Baantu, and it came up with 3-5 reflector.
Don't you know?
Okay.
Have no clue. Hello, who's that beautiful being?
This is Tom's cat. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Let me figure out how to do that.